This video is made for adult collectors because I don't think a kid's gonna be able to figure out how this thing works. I genuinely don't like this. It's a hot mess. I like Hotshot. He was a neat character after he became tolerable in Armada, and his old toy was pretty cool with all its gimmicks and stuff. But this just isn't. Universe 2008 was filled with bangers, but I've noticed that it was also full of stinkers, like a lot. At least Galvatron was doofy enough to be funny, and Ironhide looks so sad, which is just funny, like, to me. He looks funny, but this sucks. Transforming him into a car is the literal worst thing ever. It's almost as bad as Zeta Toy Superion, so I'm starting in robot mode, and boy does he look like shit. The colors I would say are nice, but the blue looks very weird. It looks like those Dollarama knockoff toys you see. They would use that color a lot. Then there's the stuff on the shoulders. You can forget about arm articulation because these things get in the way constantly. Coupled by the spoiler getting in the way of this mess as well. It's just and they pop off way too easily, which I guess is good because then that frees up the shoulders, but like, this shouldn't happen. Excuse me. The arms are at such a weird curvature and the front of the legs just juts out a lot, but I guess that's true with every Hotshot toy from Armada, including the new one with the way that its legs look, so meh. And I can't fit anything 5mm in his hands, so I don't think they're 5mm compatible unless it's just I have to force it, which I don't want to. And the bluish gray paint they used here looks pretty dinky too on the legs. I look at that color and I think of the color medical equipment is made out of, and that's not a pleasant thing you want to be thinking of. I will say I like the head. The visor goes down and up, which is really nice. It's well painted and sculpted. Like, it looks cool. And the tooling and paint on the chest is also great. It looks like Hotshot. He comes with Jolt, who also sucks. He has a massive schlong he can't stand. It doesn't have the helicopter front feet, which was something I liked about the original design. I mean, I do like the way that it looks, and I'm going to be giving it to the new Hotshot when it releases, but this is still not great. I could see why. I could totally see why TJ Omega does not like this thing. It's pretty bad. Mine also has loose toes, so he falls forward a lot, and it's very frustrating. Now his posing. Just look. Oh, okay. His head's pretty good. You can get it. Oh, you can get it all whichever way. It's on a ball joint, so that's fine. What is happening here? So the spoiler hits this thing, so it doesn't go up unless you like move this out of the way, and then it goes up. But then you can't move the other one out of the way, so it's. And then you got forward about that far because of the thing on the back, and it's at a weird, ungodly angle. I don't understand it. So even if this was detached, it would rotate at like a weird sort of off angle. Get back on. There we go. Bicep rotation that really only wants to spin one direction and is slightly in the other one. So that's annoying. Double jointed elbows, which is nice, but because of this tab here, you can't really take advantage of the double joints. Nothing at the wrist. These panels don't tab in, so they go around anywhere. Nothing at the waist. Hips can go forward and back and in and out on a ratchet. I don't get that. Stay down. Thigh rotation. Below the knee swivel, which is way too loose. Knee bends 90 degrees. And then the toes are that loose ass sort of. You plant him down. You hope for the best. You give him a little tap, he falls over. Yeah, he no good. He doesn't feel nice. The plastic feels off to me. Even Ironhide looks nicer. The only real redeeming quality I find is the tooling and some of the paint and the head. Rest of it just kind of sucks. Now this I hate. So I'm not necessarily going to walk you through the transformation as such. I'm just going to show you something that happens down here that is not clarified in the instructions. That's really annoying. But the whole process itself is just panels and bits moving around, and then you have this sort of weird torso flip that doesn't want to work all the time, and stuff starts closing before you're supposed to close it. Like, there we go. So this part here, you got to get everything sort of folded out and around. But these windshields, because they're on ball joints, right? they like to push in on each other right here. Like they like to do that a lot. And that's out of focus. There we go. And so when you bring the arms around, you got to sort of line them up carefully. And the legs, the back of the knee has to be facing towards you out the windshield. Otherwise, the windshield won't line up because the hinge will press against the knee joint and it won't just sit. So then you just peg all this in. Get that cracked into place. See, the windshield's starting to shift already. And this is starting to come undone. Now the windshield is shifted again. Oh my god. Duh. Sit, you idiot. And then you just sort of fold these around. Oh, it's starting to come undone. I can feel it. Ah, there we go. Windshields are misaligned again. There we go. We did it. Car. Car mode looks actually not that bad. I like the proportions and the stylization of the original car, but the paint, it's... Okay, the windows are all off. The blue looks very sloppy, and it's like that strange knockoff blue, and it doesn't match the other windshields. It's weird. And the yellow painted parts needed another coat. Oh, and the back. The blue isn't thick enough on the back, like, rear bumper section. So in certain lights, it looks green because it's blue on yellow, and that mixes to make green, and that's all I see. The clear plastic looks kind of gross, too. Like, it looks like if you don't clean your glasses for a few days, but I've wiped it down and nothing's changed. It just looks like that. The silver looks nice, but I wish there was a bit more of it, like on the door handles or the exhaust or something. Minicon port is strange because it's backwards. It's pointed back, which would be fine, but the Minicon stuff, you have to slide him into a slot and click it into place, and it's not the best connection in the world. And then you can't do the propeller thing and fold it down unless you remove the Minicon, flip it upside down, and plug it in. It's not as fun. Windshield, as I said, also refuses to tab in. Same with the front end. It just doesn't fit super well, and it gets on my nerves constantly. It's a fine looking car, but functionally, it's not perfect. And in the end, I just say avoid this figure. There's a new one coming out in February, and it looks a hell of a lot nicer. Or the old toy, you could get that, because at least it does some interesting things with the gimmicks. This is just a stinky pile of yellow plastic. I don't like it. I got mine for $5, and that I feel is worth it, which sucks because someone worked hard on this that just missed all the marks. But if you really want it, $5. That's it. I wouldn't pay any more than that. Unless it's sealed and you want to keep it in a sealed collection, sure. But if you intend on opening it or playing with it, just get a used copy for $5. Yeah, that's all it's worth. But that's my look at Universe 2008 Hot Rod. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. And I've been holding a sneeze in this entire recording.